Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, and welcome back to Into the Breach. This is our first playthrough on hard mode with the Zenith guard, and it's going pretty well so far, honestly. We're a little bit underpowered coming out of the first island, in that we haven't got quite as many power cores or power-ups or pilots as we would normally do, but apart from that, we've done pretty well. What we're going to do now is we're going to head over to RST Corporation and see how our Zenith guard handle the desert. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. Don't think for a moment I'm falling for the time traveler stories, with your mechs. They are undeniably impressive. Alright, we have Hardened Point and the Thunderbolt grid. Well, we absolutely want these two spots, and then we're probably going to go for Hardened Point as well. But for now, I think we're going to go around the bottom of the map, and we'll see what happens. We don't really need power right now, so any of these could be equally good. But we're definitely going to want to start off with the Thunderbolt. Oh, come on! End battle with less than 4 mech damage! That is the worst objective for us right now. Get out of here with that thing. Well, we can't do anything about it. Let's go and hopefully deal with it. Thunderbolt grid, here we go. One of our weather turbines has reported a VEC attack. We can't afford to lose the turbine, but beware the storms in the area. They are out of our control. Let's hopefully we can use them to our advantage then, because we are going to be in for a world of hurt this map, I think. Alright, Soldier Scion right off the bat, so these guys have buffed HP. We have a Hornet and an Alpha Firefly, which is going to be bad business, I suspect. And let's get ourselves in position as much as we can to deal with it. There's our power generator as well, right in the line of fire. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Let's go. That's not necessarily the most helpful lightning positions. Especially not with those kinds of starting moves. Okay, well then. How do we want to deal with this? I cannot hit this guy with the laser mech unless I hit him with a boulder. Because otherwise I will hit the building on the other side. So that's a good start. Our charge mech could, in theory, attack the Soldier Scion. But that may not actually help us any. There's no way for us to get the Alpha Firefly onto the lightning tiles, which means we can't take advantage of those this turn. And there's nowhere to drag him that'll make him hit nothing. I can move on the other side of him and put a shield on those buildings, but that's not going to help us in the long term here. And I can't move the charge mech into a position where we can safely charge this guy either. Now, if we do kill the Soldier Scion, it'll bring him down to 2 health, so I can kill him with a boulder, and that boulder should also stop the spider's attack. So that might be the best play we can manage here right now. If we start by killing this, it puts us 1 damage on our game over timer for the objective, but brings him down to 2 HP. We stand here and boulder. It doesn't push him, but it does block that space with a boulder. We could block a spawn with a defense mech, but that's not smart given that we have such a limited HP right now. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to stand here. I'd love to be able to shove him. Actually, hang on. I think instead, just to play it safe for now, we're going to shield these 2 buildings. That should make it easier in future turns to not have to worry quite so much about getting attacked. Let's end our turn here for now and see what they do. This is actually a really useful power. The ability to block enemy attacks with what is also an attack. We'll have to see if it plays out that way, but I have a feeling it'll be pretty handy. Now, they're not going to stay in those tiles, of course. They're never going to be that cooperative, but we may be able to force some of them into them. We have a lot of alphas here right now, which is pretty scary. Thankfully, all we have to do is get out the way of this beetle, and he'll go straight into the pond. and we can actually push this alpha onto a death tile. We can't quite get the second one there, though. I could pull him with the defense mech instead, pull him onto a death tile, but if I actually get him in the way, then the charger doesn't go into the water, so that might not be the way to do this. We can only really easily clear a couple of these guys. Now I could bring the laser mech out in front here and fire through the Firefly and the Beetle. It'll only do 1 damage to the Beetle, but that might be better than nothing. And then if I bring the charge mech in the way, it'll make this Alpha Firefly attack miss. Oh no, actually it still works, because the lightning kills the Firefly before the charger goes. So that's still the right move. We still want to move him in the way here. That'll kill both of them. Then I can laser him and then follow up with an attack from the charge mech to kill both of them. That actually is much smoother than I expected. So let's pull him in the way. Now, does it matter how I do this? I don't think it really does. We're going to block this spawn into the corner either way, which is actually probably good for us. It does mean we can't bounce them off anything, but I don't think that matters. Now, I could let him out on purpose by standing here. It'll do 2 damage to him, which means he's on 5 HP, which the charge mech can still do by bouncing him off the wall. Is it better to keep him penned in, though? I think it actually might be. We're also going to do Camilla's play first, because we don't want her to get the experience for the kill. We are going to have to spend some time repairing, but hopefully we won't be able to do that later. I could actually back up and hit him with the boulder instead, which would still pin that guy in place, but wouldn't lock us in the same position, and that might actually be better right now. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but it might mean that Vec just doesn't get to do anything. So let's end our turn here and see how this plays out. Now, if he's a flying Vec, it won't hurt him at all, but we'll deal with that as we get to it. So the lightning kills our guy over here. The charger, Beetle, goes straight into the pond, leveling up our defense mech. And we do get a ground-based bug here instead. Leaper goes for the attack on us, which means he doesn't grab anything. The charger, the Alpha Beetle, stops on a lightning tile, so he's going to get lightning to not get a turn. And the Firefly literally can't do anything, because he doesn't seem to want to get out either. Alright, fair enough. I'll take it. Defense mech. We're going to pull you onto the lightning tile. We're going to move the charging mech out of the way. Charging mech out of the way and repair. And our laser mech is just going to chill over here, I think. The environment is going to kill both of our enemies, and this guy can't get out, so we're just going to let him sit there. This way we spread our experience out. And I'm kind of okay with letting it work out this way. End of turn, please. No one else has any damage to repair? No, we're good. The environmental effects definitely made this go a lot more easily. We have an Alpha Hornet now, and another Leaper. Or the same Leaper. No, it's another Leaper. That's an annoying placement, though. That's problematic. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't quite put a shield here, can I? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can put a shield there that way. Okay, so we're not doomed necessarily. The fact that this guy has 4 health, though, means we can't really kill him with anything else we have. Unless, actually, we might be able to, and this is going to be super silly. I think either way we can solve this problem. Either we use the mech to do nothing, then we use the charge mech to free our science mech, and the science mech puts the shield on here to protect the building, or we can actually kill both of them in a very silly way. So let's try this. If I remember correctly, throwing a rock into water... From what we had seen previously, it made an island there. Actually, you know what? We can still experiment here, because we have just enough health to be able to take 3 points of damage, or 2 points of damage here and not be end of game. If I can charge this guy... Yes! It does kill him before we hit the water, which means that is good knowledge to have, and also we can now finish off the remaining Leaper by just pulling him into ourselves. There we go. Less than 4 mech damage, And everyone is dead except for this Firefly who's just stuck in the corner because we boxed him in. Poor guy. I'll take it. End turn. That lightning came in real handy on that map. Alright. Mission complete. The repair teams report barely a scratch on your mechs. Efficiently done. We can reallocate the damage control teams to civilian relief and city protection. That promotion's going to be cool. We'll get to see what it is now. I actually didn't look before. We've ended the battle with less than 4 mech damage, protected the power generator, got another 1,500 civilians. It was a mech reactor. Ooh, that's a good one too. So far, our backup pilots are getting really good abilities. I don't really know what I want to put that power into, though. For the time being, we're going to put it into bonus health so that our defense mech isn't quite so fragile, and that should help. Outside of that, we don't really have any power to spend, but we're in a pretty good spot here so far. Tectonic Site 3.1, we have to defend an Earthmover. I actually don't know if I know what that is yet. It's another end battle with less than 4 mech damage. Do they realize I don't want those right now? I think they must. Blackrock is a Terraformer. That should be pretty doable. Okay, this one has high threat, but it's going to have a Terraformer to help make things easier. And the Tectonic Site has an Earthmover. I don't know what that is. Exciting. Let's do the Terraformer mission first. That'll also get us another power core. And then we can use that to tempt the other mission. This should be an interesting one here. Let us go. Use the Terraformer on the ground in this sector. We can't let the Vec use the stable landmass to breed. The whole region could be lost. Alrighty, we got a lot of bugs, but that's pretty standard here. We're going to try and position ourselves in a way that stops them from getting any further into the buildings, but I don't actually know where I want to go with our science mech. I think we're just going to block this path for now. And science mech can chill out over here for now. I don't know if that's better. If we're going to vaporize this, I kind of want them to be over here, but I don't want them through there. Okay, here's the trade we're going to make. There we go. Now let's see what happens here. We just don't want to let them out, is the main key point. With only 2 movement, he actually can't get out. With 5, he absolutely can. And probably will, but if we have 2 nice juicy targets here, he might stay to attack one of them. Then we can vaporize those 2. Let's confirm our position, though, and see what happens. They may make things a lot more difficult for us anyway, and we'll have to deal with it as it comes up. I think that's better, actually. Alright. Well, let's confirm our placement and deal with the consequences. That's what we wanted. That's not great. That's good. That's fine. Perfect. Okay, this is a good start for us here. We basically have to terraform one of the 4 directions every turn, like with every Terraformer mission, and we're going to start by vaporizing these poor bugs. Problem solved. Okay, now we just have 2 guys to deal with. And while we can't necessarily kill the Alpha Firefly, we can definitely get rid of the others. We can kill the Hornet pretty easy here, and we can deal with the rest of them. So question is, do I really mind where I stop? If we have Scorpions or anything like that coming up that's going to tie us down, I want to make sure we have a clear tile to terraform. I think we're going to go Charge Mech here. There's no damage limitations, and just slap this Hornet. Now I could... I could pull him over 1, then laser down the line and then slap him. That will mean that I'll set myself on fire, which is not incredible, but we will kill the Alpha Firefly that way and the Hornet, because the 3 damage and the 2 damage would line up nicely. Even though it sets us on fire, that might actually be the better play. We only have 2 bugs to deal with after that, and while we probably can't terraformer them both, it might be a better situation for us, if nothing else. So let's Attraction Pulse ourselves this way. Fire the laser down the line. And also, unfortunately, set ourselves on fire. I think it's really silly that the backblast from this also sets the tile you're in on fire, but we'll deal with it. The nice thing is that while we are on fire, that bug is also very dead. And we should hopefully be able to spend a turn putting that fire out. So let's end our turn here. We have a charger and an alpha firefly. This is great. We can just terraform that way and kill all the bugs. That is absolutely ideal. So let's fry this way. That's what we wanted. Now, unfortunately, that mountain broke, which is not quite as good as I would have liked, because otherwise we could basically box these two bugs in here by repairing in this tile and also standing here. But I should be able to box them in with enough maneuvers here so that these two cannot get out of death range. And since we have nothing else to worry about this turn, we can basically just spend a turn prepping to insta-kill two of them with the Terraformer, which is real nice. Now, can I just shoot this anywhere? I can. That's really interesting. You can just drop the rock on any tile you want. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to fire a rock this turn, but we may need to make better use of that in future. For now, I actually just realized that something is missing here. Specifically, the grid coordinates. You guys have been asking for this, so now this should make it a little bit easier for you guys to tell which tiles are which if you're planning to explain your moves. Alright, well with that done, let's end this turn. We have 2 actions available still, but that's fine. The Scion can fly, so we can't actually pin him in place, which is a little annoying, but we can deal with it. So that didn't work out quite like I had hoped. We can charge the Hornet for 2 damage. We can also vaporize the Hornet with the laser mech and then charge him. But I can't quite get close enough to actually kill him. He's too far away for maximum damage. We could also try and kill the Soldier Scion with the laser mech, which might be nice. We're probably going to vaporize the Firefly with the Terraformer, though, so that should take some of the trouble out of this for us. Is there a better way to deal with this? I don't think so. I think we're just going to shove him out the way so he can't hit anything, and then clear out the rest. Is there anything better that we could do instead? The fact that this guy is so far away is definitely a problem, but I think we should be okay after this. It's not ideal, but it'll have to do. So we move our charging mech to slam into this guy. Camilla. He does have a bonus health, so he'll go down to 2 after this, which means Camilla can actually finish him off next turn. That'll help. Is it better to shield Camilla first? Does it matter? I don't really have anything for the defense mech to do this turn, because this guy's going to get melted by the Terraformer. So is there anything I really want to do right now to make our life easier? I don't think it really matters. This guy's going to do whatever he wants next turn, but he's probably going to get smashed by Camilla either way. Then we're going to have to deal with the next 3 spawns, so he's going to block a spawn this turn, I think, just to make things go a little smoother for us. So, let's have first play up, remove the Scion. Also, that makes everything else dust clouds, so that's kind of fun. Let's take the charge mech. Can I charge the smoke? I can. Alright, let's just slap into this guy then. Actually, no. We're going to block this spawn first, shield our charge mech, then charge him, just to mean we have a little bit of extra health. I don't like the fact that that's a smoke cloud now, but if he does stop here to attack this way, then it doesn't matter. And then we terraform this guy out of existence. Job done. Okay. So that'll stop 1 spawn, so we only have 2 new enemies to deal with, and that should be fine. We also have to terraform this space next turn, but let's end our turn and see what happens. Alpha Leaper, alright, and a regular Firefly. That's quite the move. That's actually fine. Oh, not quite. It's not quite fine. Well, yeah, because I can't stop here to laser into this guy, which is a little bit problematic. I can charge him, though. I can charge him into the Firefly with our charging mech after we melt this space. So let's melt the space first. I can't pull him into the Terraformer because that would mean we stop in the Terraformer, and I can't go that far anyway. We can kill this guy with a rock if we want. Either way, we have to terraform these tiles. Oh, actually, terraforming removes the smoke. I didn't know that. It turns them entirely into desert tiles. That's actually interesting, because now we can use the laser mech here. Okay, we can kill all of them. Perfect. Let's start by using Camilla to kill the Alpha Hornet. Like so. Then we're going to use the laser mech to vaporize those guys. Another promotion for our laser mech pilot. And Lita here in the defense mech is going to attraction pulse the last Firefly into itself, which makes great use of that bonus health we gave it. Okay. Well, that worked out real nice. Let's end our turn. Who will take it? Mission complete. Losing our island's greenery in this way is something I can endure if it means we won't be despoiled by the Vec. Well, we got all of our accomplishments there, which is real nice. Another 1,500 civilians protected. I'll take it. Plus 2 mech HP. Well, you know what? I'm kind of okay with that too, honestly. Got some good upgrades so far. Now, what do we have? We have the Tectonic Site 3.1, the Rust Dunes. That's a don't kill volatile Vec, which we're probably going to want to avoid, because that is a nasty mission. Probably going to do Tectonic Site and Hardened Point. But what do we want to do with our remaining power first? We're probably going to want to put it into the laser mech, because this thing needs a lot of power to finish leveling up properly. But I may also want to put it into Camilla's health, because not having enough health to attack every turn if we have to is kind of a problem. The movement is important because we need to get in a position to ram things, but the health is also key because we just need to survive long enough to actually do it. Defense mech is doing fine so far. It's not the most useful yet, but it might be something we can improve by getting a different weapon or otherwise upgrading it. I don't use the shields enough for these upgrades to be actually worth anything to us. So I think it actually makes more sense for us to put it into the health on our charge mech just to make sure that this thing does not die by running out of times it can attack. So let's do that right now. There we go. Now we can safely attack as much as we want, and with 7 health, we can actually potentially take this upgrade soon too. That might be good. That'll let us do 3 damage to the target, even if it does 2 to ourselves. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it might be what we go with. Either way, this should give us the extra survivability that we need, and then we can reposition that into another place later on. For now, let's do one more map here. We're going to go to the Tectonic Site 3.1, defend the Earthmover, and see what happens. What is an Earthmover? One of our Earthmovers is filling in a chasm created by malfunctioning stabilizers. Make sure it stays in one piece. Actually, this should be a great map for us. Let's go. The fact that there are holes everywhere means that our pulling... Oh, they're all flying. So much for that, then. Means that our pulling ability should be quite good. It may mean that our charge mech is completely useless, but it should mean that our pulling mech is quite good. Well, let's confirm our placements and deal with what happens here. We have to end with less than 4 mech damage again. Always a favorite. Oh, hopefully... Oh, okay. Interesting. It starts immediately by repositioning those things. Okay. Well then. This guy has a ton of health, and he hits really hard. What we could do is if we kill this first soldier scion with our laser mech, we should be able to bring the charge mech around beside, sock him once, and then bring the defense mech over, and no, we can't move him that far. We don't have quite the range on that. But he would kill this guy for us, which would be pretty handy. No, he goes after him. Never mind. Alright, my plans are not coming to fruition so far. Let us reconsider then. This guy will go first, then the Alpha Beetle happens, so what we may want to do is shove him over one and use the defense mech to pull him over one. That way, the Hornet will be at 1 health and out of position, and the Alpha Beetle will hit him and do nothing. Alternatively, if we kill the Soldier Scion first, the Charge Mech can just kill him. The downside of that is that then we have to deal with the Alpha Hornet, and there's nothing other than us to tank the damage on him, which is not great, given that we have a less than 4 mech damage achievement to get. So, I think letting this guy live might actually be better, which is really unfortunate, because it means I can't do anything about the Alpha Beetle here. Is there any better way that we can kill this guy? If we walk up point blank on him, we can do 3 with the laser mech. We can chuck a rock at him. That might actually be good, because it would stop him from being able to charge. But then I'd want to kill the Hornet. If I'm going to throw a rock at this guy, then letting the Hornet live doesn't make any sense. Then I might as well just remove him. Let's see here. This thing doesn't do anything, does it? No, the Earthmover just affects the chasms, turning them into normal ground. Apparently, that's an any class weapon. There you go. Anyone could have that if they wanted it. The other problem is if we block these spawns, we're going to get absolutely swamped in later turns, because they're still at the start here. Is there another way we could take advantage of this laser effect? Like, hit both of them, or still block them or something? I don't think so. That 3 damage is really nasty. That's kind of what I'm trying to work my way through right now. We can either kill the Hornet with the Alpha Beetle and not do anything with our Soldier Scion, which means our laser mech doesn't get to take a turn, really. Oh no, I can shoot him with a rock. No, but even if I kill him, I don't want the Hornet to die if I move him over one, because I need him to hit the Hornet. That's the problem here. The problem is not killing the Soldier Scion and the Hornet, it's that we can't let the Alpha Beetle hit anything. That's the real issue here. Like, I could just hit this guy with a boulder, but then it wouldn't do us any good, because we can't make the laser mech hit it, unless... No, I can't kill this with the science mech, because the science mech can't do anything. The charge mech can get through to here and shove him into the rock. Then I'd block the spawn on myself and take 2 damage, but we wouldn't be able to do anything to the Hornet. I'd have to come over here and put a shield there and there, which is not better. All we do out of that is kill the Soldier Scion and deal 2 damage to the Alpha Beetle, which is still going to have like 3 health left, and hit a boulder. So that's not incredible. It's really annoying that all these guys are flying, so we can't actually pull them into the pits in any way. Is that better, though? If we come around the side here, shove this guy over one, we can actually use him to kill the Soldier Scion, and then we can use the laser mech to kill the Hornet. That might be the best play we have, because now he kills the Scion. Scion doesn't do anything on his turn. We can stand our shield mech anywhere. I kind of want to pull this guy back a tile, but I can't properly do that. Our piercing beam still hurts our allies. We haven't taken that upgrade still here. And while I could potentially stand here and fire that way, it's going to hit the building either way, and I can't stand here and still kill him. So what I wanted to do is let the Alpha kill the Scion, but pull our charge mech off the spawn point so he doesn't block it, and we get an extra... So it doesn't take the damage, specifically. But I don't think we can do that. I have to move him out the way, though. Otherwise the laser is going to hurt him, and I'm not going to be able to do what I want. Okay, this is maybe not a good move after all, because while I can kill this guy with the laser, I would also hit myself with it, taking 3 damage on our first turn, which is pretty atrocious. Now I can stand here and laser both of these, but that leaves him with 1 HP, which is not enough to clear him, and I can't also kill this guy. Maybe this was not the best maneuver. That's all I have to say about this. Maybe this was not the best maneuver. If the boulder could shove something, then it would be pretty okay here, but it can't, so I can't use it to get rid of the Hornet. I could stand here, boulder the Hornet, and pull the Hornet into myself. I'm still taking 3 damage on the 1 turn, but the Hornet dies. Oh, we're gonna have to have some repair turns here, guys. Otherwise, this is gonna get real nasty, I think. I don't know if there's a better play right now. But even if I stand here, then it's gonna hit me. No, okay, I have to stand here and boulder him so that I don't get smashed into by the Soldier Scion being knocked into by the Alpha Beetle. We want to take as little additional damage as possible, game. This is not a great turn when we're trying to not take a bunch of damage on our mechs, but let's end the turn and see what happens. Dead Scion. We're already at 3 damage taken. Charger's back in position. Ooh, that's nasty. We have an Alpha Hornet over the air. Okay, well we can kill this guy just by lasering him. We can pull him out of position so he doesn't hurt anything, but I can't effectively kill him. And we're gonna have a ton of enemies next turn. Do we go for the just survival play? I don't think that's a good move because we're gonna have to deal with 3 more turns of this Earthmover here, and we're only gonna get more dangerous enemies. I really don't want to have to abandon that less than 4 mech damage achievement, but we might have to do it again because this is a really nasty objective for this team. I wanted to try the Earthmover mission just to see what it was all about, but I think it may have been a really bad choice for us because we couldn't take advantage of the holes because all the enemies in the first wave were flying, and now we've just taken so much damage that I don't know if we can easily recover. Now, what I can do here is use a shield on the charge mech, charge this guy out of position, and then laser the Alpha Beetle. That means that we don't take any additional damage, and that might be okay. We're gonna have 4 enemies next turn, though, and that's not okay. This at least does 2 damage to the Alpha Hornet, which is not incredible, but at least means it's within killable range. It also means it's on the other side of these buildings, which we really don't like, but I don't know if there's anything we can do about it. Shield Bubble on our charging mech might be the best play here. Now, if only we could do 1 extra damage with a laser, we could just vaporize him with the laser mech here. But we don't have quite the power to do that. We have 3 turns. If I attack anything with the charging mech without a shield bubble, we take damage, and I don't think I can afford to put a shield bubble on me after that. Is it... We have to spend some time repairing for us to attack with the charge mech again without losing that objective, and I don't think we're going to get that opportunity given the way things are shaken down here, but I don't know if we honestly have much of a choice. Things are just going to keep getting worse here. We have to mitigate them as much as possible. If we lose that bonus objective, then that might just be the way of it. Hard mode might just not give us the option to take those bonuses when we want them. I think this is still the play. It at least moves him out of position and lets us kill the big guy here. I don't know if it's going to be enough to clear us through everything, because we're going to be in a bit of a pickle here next turn, especially because our laser mech can't get at this nice line of enemies. But we'll see what happens. And this guy's still going to be alive and probably on that side of the hole. Oh wow, he went a long way away. That's fine. That's an attack we can ignore. That's not fine. That's great. That's also pretty good. Okay. As of right now, this whole line, except for the last guy, doesn't really matter. So I can just bring my enemy over here and vaporize him with the laser mech. This one needs to get slapped with the charge mech so that we can actually kill him. And this guy actually doesn't have to do anything. So what we might be able to do is, even if we attack with a charge mech, we can either shield him first so he doesn't take any damage, or repair with a defense mech, so we're still at a total of 3 current damage. The Alpha Beetle's going to kill this guy for us after getting shot, which is a little bit nicer, and he's also going to block this spawn. If we kill this one, then that means we're in pretty good shape here, because they're not going to get their other spawn, and everything important should be dead. So let's stand over here, because the spawns happen at the end of the turn, so he's going to stop here and block the spawn. He also kills him outright. We kill him outright. I think we want to put the shield on our charge mech this turn. The thing is, after this, we can't use the charge mech anymore. The last turn is not going to get a use of the charge mech. So that might suck a lot. But they're only going to have 2 units left, and maybe we can do enough with the attraction pulse to make it work. Let's throw the shield bubble on here. Kill the final hit on the Alpha Hornet, which loses our shield. Hopefully he does a weird attack and decides to go over here or something we can deal with. Otherwise, let's end our turn, and maybe we can pull this off. That was a really good turn for us. The enemies did good things that we needed them to do. Okay, he blocks the spawn. They don't get anything new. They line up. Oh, that could not have been better. That was perfect. Goodbye. Fantastic. We get all the experience on Torcasio here, which I may want to swap with Lita just to make Lita level up faster. But that could not have been a better position for them to take. Oh boy. Let us end our turn then after repairing both of our remaining mechs. That is a beautiful end turn screen. I'll take it. I did not think we were getting out of that one unscathed. We defended the Earthmover and ended the battle with less than 4 mech damage, got 100% civilians protected again. We're looking good here. Alright. Well, we have a lot of things left to go take a look at, but I think for now, we're going to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Let me know what you thought about our episode in the comment and about our crazy near-death experiences, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.